everybody, welcome back to Clipboard Cars. Today we have a 2001 Audi S4 Avant, and this car to me is classified as one of the early generation sleeper wagons for the road, and I absolutely love this car. So let's go ahead and talk about it. The B5 generation Audi S4s were actually manufactured from 1997 to 2001, partially 2002 if you want to get a little technical with it. In the United States, they actually didn't start until 1999. So this makes the Avant S4 a really rare car in the United States, and it's actually becoming a very sought after car in the aftermarket world. So in this video, we're going to touch on 3 key exterior details as well as 3 key interior details. We'll give you the full wide open view of the car, and then we'll take it for a drive and give some driving impressions. All right, so the first exterior detail we're going to talk about are the mirrors. The mirrors on the Audi S4 are a brushed aluminum kind of chrome style to it, and it's a really distinctive feature if you're trying to tell the difference between this and a standard Audi A4. The second exterior detail to the Audi S4s is the flared out wider stance of the fenders. It gives the vehicle a lot more muscular look over the standard A4, and just, I promise you guys, when you see these cars in person, they're just such a special thing to look at. All right, and the third exterior detail that we're going to talk about today is the exhaust. So the B5s had a dual tip exhaust, but not a true dual exit exhaust. And people that are shopping for the B5s actually prefer that look. It's a very subtle style. It's not an in-your-face rear exhaust exit. All right, so the first key detail we're going to talk about on the interior is the seats. These are a sport style seat with heavy bolstering, very comfortable cushioning. Long road trips are no problem in this car. The second feature we're going to talk about in the interior is the steering wheel. This is by far one of my favorite steering wheels that an OE has ever developed. And this particular S4 has a special treatment done to it. So this still has the original steering wheel because this was an automatic. So you can see it has Tiptronic paddles on it on the front. So you can shift it with your thumbs, but this owner was special and swapped this to a manual 5-speed. All right, so the third and final feature we're going to talk about for the interior before we take this car out for a drive is the back seat has a pretty unique feature. So in the center console here, we fold this down, got a nice armrest. That's not what we're here for. What we're here for are those nice trips to Aspen. So when you got your skis, you can open this door, pull this out. You got yourself a whole ski bag to keep your skis in case they're wet and all that from the slopes. Put them in here, it's waterproof. Don't have to worry about your interior getting ruined. So behind the wheel of the S4, immediately I'm looking at the gauge cluster. It is that classic 90s style that I love, both from Audi and BMW. It just, I don't know, there's just something sporty, very analog looking about it. Overall, if you're looking for like a quick, speedy station wagon that can haul the groceries, get the kids where you gotta go, this is a pretty cool car. But the problem is that this is a very niche market. These are very rare cars. Low mileage examples you're going to see for sale probably in the 75, 85,000 mile range, where most examples for the B5 generation A4, S4 are going to be sitting probably around 200, 250,000 miles. Now, if you're looking at the cheap end of the market for the sedans, you're going to be looking probably about $8,000 for your starting cost for a poor example. But if you're looking to get like an S4 Avant similar to this one, especially with lower miles, dude, you could be looking at anywhere from like $25,000 to $30,000 to find a decent example. And I mean, the market is what it is. When the cars are this rare, they were really only made for about like 2 solid years for the United States. If you're wanting something to be different and obviously be that guy that has to tell a story about his car, this would be the one. I'll be honest, this car has a similar, obviously German cars, German leather. I had a lot of time in a 930 Porsche 911 that, man, that smell of that leather, it's actually carried through in here. It smells lovely. Looking down the dash, you can clearly tell that this was a car from the 90s and early 2000s with every button in the world you could think of is right here in the center console. Cassette player, CD player, and the stereotypical over-engineered cup holder that the Germans just felt was necessary back then. This car was actually equipped with a Bose surround sound and sounds pretty good. Like, you would be kind of like thinking, am I actually gonna have a good sound system when I'm in a car this old? You can be rest assured that we knew what we were doing back in the 90s. We know how to play music. I would recommend probably swapping out head units if you want something to have a more direct feel with Android Auto or Apple CarPlay if you want to bring this car into the current century. You just buy this car to just enjoy it. That sounds so good. We hit about 5,500 RPMs right there, and this twin turbo V6, if you're like into the JDM sound, which I don't know who isn't, but that is just, this car has it, and it's a German car. This is such a unique vehicle to drive. I love the sound of this thing. The acceleration, granted, this is not a stock version of this car. There was quite a bit of work done to it. This has a 2.7 liter twin turbo V6, and I believe it had about 291 horsepower and roughly the same in torque. This car has quite a few upgrades. Now I'm going to list all those upgrades in the description. You can check it out for yourselves. I'll try to link as many of them as I can to actually find how you can get the products. So right now, to the wheels, this car is making about 400 horsepower, and with how small and light this body is, it's plenty. Like, I cannot describe like how perfect this setup is for a daily driver that no one would see coming as far as a rocket ship. The antique RS6 for the current RS6 that's out right now. Now this generation, the B5 for the S4, was short-lived, and that was because BMW came out with their M3 with the inline 6 that was, as we all know, fairly legendary. So Audi, in the natural fashion, when they discontinued this model, they came out with a following year of a V8. The V8 was questionable in reliability, timing chain issues. Everybody knows about that when they hit 90 to 110,000 miles. That's just been pretty much a guaranteed better service it, or it will let you know when it needs to be serviced. The twin turbo V6 was a whole lot to shove into this car. It just made things very complicated for service work, and so this car can be kind of costly when it comes to the maintenance records. But again, if you're able to get one of these cars, you're actually able to find one, just know that maintenance is going to be a thing with it, but you'll also be, I would guess, probably the only guy in your neighborhood that would have one, or probably your city. This is such a good driving car, dude.
It really is.
Tell you what, I feel like Paul Walker right now. All right, guys, so thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, please feel free to subscribe, like it. If you have other recommendations for cars you'd like to see on this channel, please leave a comment below. If you have your own fun facts about the Audi S4 Avant, also let me know. I always love learning more about these kinds of cars. Yeah, we'll see you guys for the next one.